The American Heart Association recommends adults get at least 150 minutes of moderate exercise a week. So if you break that down, that's about 21 minutes a day. And since walking is low impact, the most popular form of physical activity, it is, of course, a great place to start. Rose Shandrow knows the importance of walking. For 10 years, she has participated in the American Heart Association's Heart Walk. This year, she is walking in memory of her mother-in-law, who passed away from a stroke. Rose is also a heart disease survivor herself. Earlier this year, she had open heart surgery to fix a mitral valve prolapse. It's a condition that can cause the blood to flow backwards from the heart. Rose is here along with Ketul Patel, the CEO of CHI Franciscan Health and the chair of this year's Heart Walk in Seattle. Thank you both for being here. I'm so glad to talk to you. Rose, I want to start with you. You've had a really tough year. You had open heart surgery, as I mentioned, in April. You look great. How are you doing?
Thank you. I'm doing great. It's nice to be alive.
It is nice to be alive. How did you find out about your mitral valve prolapse? When did your condition appear?
I was in a meeting at work, and all of a sudden I felt like I had a flutter in my chest, and it was rather unusual. So I called my PCP, my primary care, and she had me have an echocardiogram, and that's how I found out that I had a mitral valve dysfunction.
So you had open heart surgery. How soon after learning that?
I had open heart surgery within 2 months after diagnosis.
And physically, how have you been impacted now?
Well, physically, I'm still suffering from neuropathy on my right side, but the prognosis is I'm going to be completely 100% within a year. So I've been doing all the right things now, knowing how your heart needs to be taken care of.
Living heart healthy, you're a warrior and you're a survivor.
Living heart healthy.
That is great news. Ketul, heart disease also has impacted your family, and I want to share a picture of your dad with his grandkids as you tell us about your dad and what he has experienced with heart disease. And there we can see your dad right there, and there's your son on the right, and your nieces and nephews. So what has your dad gone through?
So, my father's 79. About 14 years ago, we were having a family reunion in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. None of us could figure out why he was so sluggish. He's somebody that really gets excited about the grandkids, and unfortunately all week long he was sluggish. At the end of our reunion, on the way back to their home, he had a heart attack on the plane. Very traumatic experience, and I will tell you that if the plane was not close enough to an airport, we wouldn't be seeing him today. But he has recovered extremely well, and I have to tell you that it's exciting for me as the chair of the Heart Walk to really be part of CHI Franciscan Health. We have been so focused on a healthy lifestyle, and it's just an honor for us to be part of this.
And so given your family history and being the chair of the Heart Walk, what are you doing to maintain a healthy heart and lifestyle?
I'm a very busy person, as you know, and I try everything I can to at least try and get 15 miles a week for walking, but I also work out with a personal trainer. I'm surprised he's not called you to have me do kettlebell swings on the studio in the set today.
That's our next segment.
But I do try and do everything I can to have a healthy lifestyle and exercise as much as I can.
Well, and it's empowering for others to be able to see that as well. I know in your company. Rose, you're going to be walking this Saturday in the Heart Walk. What motivates you now to keep going, and what do you want people to know about heart health?
Well, I think, never be caught surprise. If you have any kind of experience with your heart, check it out right away. The Heart Walk for me has been a time to say I'm walking because I'm alive. I still remember when I went into the operating room what it was like to say goodbye to my husband and my son. And then I remember waking up in the med-surg area, and I saw the face of my son saying, "Mom, hey, you made it." So I'm walking because I'm grateful to be alive. I'm also walking in solidarity with other heart survivors. During the Heart Walk, you'll see many people walking with red hats, and that means that they're a heart survivor. So it's kind of nice to talk with others who've gone through the same situation as me. And then third, it's just nice to walk with a group of people who are walking for a purpose. And that's what keeps me going and why I've walked how many Heart Walks in the past. And I'm glad to be a supporter.
It's empowering. Thank you both so much for sharing your stories, because when people see it, they act on that, which is so important. Heart disease accounts for 1 in 3 deaths in the U.S. That's about 1 death every 40 seconds. So that is why this message is so important to get out. Thank you again for being here. And if you would like to learn more about this year's Heart Walk happening Saturday, October 14th in Seattle, go to q13fox.com/healthyliving.